I don't like telling this story. Hell, most nights I try not to think about it. But sometimes the past doesn't stay where you left it. Sometimes it digs in, grabs hold, and keeps replaying itself in your head long after the moment's gone. That night at the Flying J off the I-80, the one everyone in Laramie whispers about now, that's the one I can't shake. Because the truck stop security footage, yeah, it still haunts me. I've been driving trucks for 22 years, long enough to watch highways change, companies rise and fall, and truck stops go from greasy diners to full-blown convenience cities. My name's Dan, Missouri born, raised on long hauls and diesel fumes. I've backed into docks so tight you'd swear a sheet of paper wouldn't fit between my bumper and the wall. I've crossed Donner Pass in a snowstorm so thick I couldn't see my own hood. I've dodged elk in Montana, tornadoes in Nebraska, and drunk drivers everywhere. But nothing, not storms, not close calls, not breakdowns at 2 a.m., prepared me for what I saw that night. It was the first week of December. The Wyoming wind was angry, the kind that doesn't just blow, it attacks. I've been fighting it for hours, staring into the gusts, so hard my arms were trembling. My trailer swayed like it wanted to dance off the highway. I was exhausted in that special way only truckers understand. Mind buzzing but body heavy, like your bones are turning to lead. So when I pulled into the Flying J outside Laramie around 1:15 in the morning, all I wanted was silence, warmth, maybe a lukewarm coffee if the pot hadn't burned. The lot was busy for winter, about 25 rigs scattered around, most of them in the back row, where the lights didn't quite reach. The kind of dim that feels less like darkness, and more like something hiding behind it. I parked near the fence, killed the engine, and let the truck settle with that final sigh every diesel gives after a long day. Snowflakes drifted through the beam of the overhead light, slow and lazy, as if the wind had finally decided to give them a break. But something felt wrong. Not loud wrong, quiet wrong. The kind of wrong you feel before you see. At first I thought it was the wind, making shapes in the snow, but then I noticed a figure near the far edge of the lot. Hard to see at first, just movement. A person walking with a strange rhythm, step, drag, step, drag. Almost like the ground was holding on to one of their legs. The figure moved between the rows of trucks, head hanging low, body swaying. I leaned forward, rubbed my eyes, looked again. Still there, still shuffling, still wrong. I picked up my CB. Anyone else see that guy wandering around the back row? Nothing. Not even a courtesy. Break 1 to 9. Just static. That silence bothered me more than the figure did. I was about to convince myself it was just some drunk or a stranded motorist when someone knocked on my cab door. 3 slow knocks. No hurry. No hesitation. Just solid enough to vibrate the metal. When I swung the curtain open, nobody. No footprints on the step. No shadow moving away. Just cold air seeping into the cab like the night had followed me inside. My throat went dry. I grabbed my jacket, climbed down, and scanned the lot. The wind had picked up again, whining against the trailers. Everything looked the same, silent, still, empty. But that didn't explain the knock. I headed to the fuel island, boots crunching in the snow. Inside, the warm air fogged my glasses. The night clock, Ashley, young, polite, always tired, looked up like she'd been waiting for me. Dan, she said softly, you look pale. Someone's out in the lot, I told her, walking around like they're lost. Her face drained of color. You need to come see something. She led me behind a counter into the small security room. 6 monitors glowed on the wall, each showing a different angle outside. Snow drifted across every screen like static. Then she pointed to camera 4, the one aimed at the back row. The figure was there, shuffling between the trucks. Tall, thin, head hanging too low, like their neck didn't understand how to be a neck. We watched him move deeper into the lot. His step sounded wrong even on silent footage, slow and dragging, as if every inch of ground was fighting him. He reached my truck, stopped, lifted his head. When he stared into the camera, I felt something cold run down my spine. It wasn't just the angle. It wasn't just the timing. It was the awareness. Like he knew where the camera was. Like he was looking for it. Rewind it, I said. Show me where he came in. Ashley dragged the timeline back 15 minutes. Nothing. No figure approaching from the road. No shape crossing the fence. No movement from the highway side. Rewind further. Still nothing. It was like he hadn't arrived. He had just appeared. Out of nowhere. We watched the footage again from the beginning. Snow falling, trucks idling. Then, frame by frame, the figure materialized on the far left edge of the screen, becoming visible not by walking into frame, but by forming inside it. Ashley stepped back. Dan, that isn't possible. I didn't answer. My eyes were glued to the screen. The figure lifted its head again, but something was wrong with the movement. Too smooth, too controlled. Like the body wasn't following muscles, it was following a script. Zoom in, I said. Ashley did, and that's when she noticed it. Look at his hands. They were bare, skin pale, almost translucent. The fingers were long, too long, hanging at unnatural angles, and in one hand, swinging gently, was something dark, something thin, something dripping. What is that? She whispered. The camera quality wasn't good enough to tell, but whatever it was, it moved like it had weight, like it wasn't just cloth or debris. And with each swing, the figure's head twitched slightly, as if reacting to the movement. I felt my stomach twist. Then Ashley said something that made my blood run cold. Dan, that camera is 15 feet high. So? She swallowed hard. He's not looking up at it. He's looking straight at it. I stared at the expressionless face, if you could call it a face. No clear features. Just a suggestion of eyes, dark and hollow, like 2 shadows burned into the image. We watched him turn away from my truck. Watched him shuffle between 2 trailers. Watched him move into a blind spot. Ashley switched to the next camera. Nothing. Switched to the next. Nothing. Switch to the wide angle above the diesel pumps. Nothing. He was gone. Completely. No exit, no trail, no fading. Just gone. She looked at me. Dan, there's something else. My chest tightened. What? The knock on your door. She pointed at a timestamp. Watch this. She played the feed from the camera facing my cab door. At 1:19 a.m., right when I heard the knock, there was no figure. No person approaching. No hand reaching out. Just my truck sitting in the snow. But the door still shook on camera. 3 sharp jolts. Clear as day. Something hit my door. Without being there, I took a step back. The room felt smaller, heavier. Ashley whispered, I'm not staying here after my shift. I'm going home with someone. Anyone. I didn't blame her. I walked back to my truck slowly, every instinct screaming at me that something was watching. The rows felt tighter than before, as if the darkness was closing in with each step. When I climbed inside and slammed the lock, it echoed like a warning shot inside the cab. I didn't sleep, not even for a heartbeat. When the sun rose, the world looked normal again. Truckers stretching outside their cabs, snow melting, engines roaring to life. For a moment I wondered if it had all been exhaustion. But Ashley texted me one last time. I saved the footage. You saw it too. It was real. The manager made her delete it later. Said it must have been a glitch. Said the cameras malfunctioned in cold weather. Said there was no reason to scare customers. But a glitch doesn't stare into a 15-foot high camera. A glitch doesn't swing something dripping in its hand. A glitch doesn't knock on metal doors. I still drive through Laramie sometimes, still fuel at Flying J's across the country. But I never park in the back row anymore. And I never, ever ignore that feeling when something's wrong. Because I know what I saw. And whatever that thing was, it saw me too. Sometimes I swear I still hear those 3 knocks when I'm trying to sleep. And every now and then, when the snow falls just right, it looks like something is standing just outside the glow of the truck stoplights, waiting to be seen again.